On this week's breaking news, LEGO has revealed Harry Potter Hogsmeade. They also have a ton of gifts with purchase to go along with that, and some new rumors on the Winter Village set that is getting a price hike. All that and much more on this week's breaking news. Now, we're all limited by horizontal surfaces. LEGO takes up a lot of that. So how are we going to solve that issue? Do you leave it there or deconstruct it and find other places? Or could you mount it to the wall? I personally had the Technic Supercar, the Bugatti Chiron, taking up a lot of space. So I found 11mark.com, where you can have a fully mounted vertical Bugatti with a lovely background of the Bugatti racing stripe with the logo and LEGO logo. There are two different frames, one that's lit and one that is not. And that's not the only LEGO set that you can have mounted. There are many, many options. So I recommend you head over to 11mark.com and use the code backtobrick, which gives you a 10% discount on all of their frames, as well as the sets that they also produce. So instead of taking up so much horizontal space, take that LEGO set and go vertical. Again, that's 11mark.com and use the code backtobrick to save 10% on your order.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow AFOLs about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO's been up to for the past week. Thank you for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please do so, as I continue to put these out every week. And then we have those special episodes that are dedicated to the interviewing process, which I'm eventually going to get back to, but as you know, I'm in the process of moving. I got a job at Universal Studios, and well, we're moving to Orlando in 2 weeks. And guess what? Let me throw a wrench into this whole process, as I've dislocated my shoulder for the fourth time. So packing is difficult. I can't lift many things / at all. And so it's a challenge for sure. We're going through the rental process right now, and I got to figure that one out. I've kind of taken a vacation from Instagram and TikTok and YouTube right now, as I've taken this on as more of my full-time job, so that I can really do as much effort as I can. There's a lot of moving parts. If you've ever moved, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I apologize for all those that are looking for me on Instagram or YouTube. I will get back there. I have a lot of really fun content, but it's going to have to wait till probably mid-September, as you know, this is definitely a process that takes a long time. But who knows? Maybe I'll throw something out there when I have a spare minute. But we're going to get into the episode, and at the end of the episode, we'll do our set reviews. Our first one is set 75639, the Going Merry pirate ship, the pirate ship of the Straw Hats from One Piece. And then our rubricable review will be a GBC, or Great Ball Contraption Rolling Machine 27 by Remo Yoma, and that will be on Rubricable to get those instructions. All right, that's enough admin. Let's get into this week's first breaking news story. LEGO has revealed a new collector's edition Harry Potter set 76457, Hogsmeade Village. It's an 18-plus set at 3,228 pieces, and it'll cost you $400, available on September 1st. It's a total of 5 buildings with some different shops in them, specifically Honeyduke Sweet Shop, the Owl Post, the Three Broomsticks Pub, Dervish and Bangers, and Scrivens Shaft's Quill Shop, plus some other buildings, Zonko's Joke Shop, and the Hogshead Pub. And there's a bunch of different rooms with different details from it, from all the different movies, and a bunch of characters, of course. We've got Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, Horace Slughorn, Madame Rosmerta, Mrs. Flume, Aberforth, Dumbledore, plus a horse and carriage. And they've got some new printings on those, as well as those new characters. And if you turn around, like I said, there's different scenes to it. And overall, it's nice detail. I like that it's set in a winter style. So, I mean, most of the time we've seen that. And I've actually never noticed that the 3 broomsticks, they've got 3 broomsticks literally across the entrance, which they've used the mop heads to do that. And you can set up your different scenes here, add it to your collection of what you just did for Gringotts and Diagon Alley, and have a little separate section. I would do this even as a Christmas village, but look out for that on September 1st. LEGO has brought back the Baby Astronaut, the upscaled gift with purchase. If you buy $150 or more through the 21st of August, you can get this little set. I built it. It was definitely a fun little build. I haven't even had one of the minifigure scale versions of it, or the baby scale versions, but the upscaled one is really fun. And for any of those space aficionados from the classic space line, this is a fun gift with purchase to get. LEGO's revealed 2 new Nike sets coming out here soon: 43010 Slam Dunk and 43021 Dunk Trick Shot. The Slam Dunk is 809 pieces and will cost $70, and it's definitely weird. The character, you can change up to different people, but it has a kind of a buildable figure with no nose and some weird angled angles that it can move to have the dunk shot to it. And then they also have the Dunk Trick Shot, which is 454 pieces at $40. And this has primarily a large-scale shoe with a backdrop showing like a basketball hoop going through and a minifigure shooting to a large-scale basketball hoop. Honestly, I mean, they're creative, sure. It even has a little lever that you can push down to launch the minifigure and the shoe up to do a dunk. But I think people were just looking for shoes. I don't know what this extra stuff is, but I'm not a shoe head, and maybe a lot of people really enjoy this. I know that they've sold out in some cases, so I guess we'll see. These will come out on September 1st as well. LEGO and Aardman are teaming up for a new animated short series. This is going to be called Bloop. And the short series, they're stop motion masters and creator of Wallace and Gromit, if you didn't know. And they're committed to kids through creativity and play, and are teaming up to set young builders a creative challenge using the LEGO Play app. So this little short has some of the stop motion actions to it. There's actually a link in the description, so you can go and check that out. And the chief creative director, Sarah Cox, over at Aardman, has said it is safe to say that at Aardman we are all huge fans of the LEGO Group, so to get to collaborate with our dream partners has been a complete joy. Our partnership has been one of mutual respect, openness, and a shared commitment to creativity and play, which unites the brick and the clay. Very fun little animation, and definitely a fun way to continue promoting creativity. So go check out that little animated short if you want to see how they got to partner together. As we just talked about Hogsmeade, which actually releases on September 7th, not September 1st, because why not? Why would they do that? You can get 2 gifts with purchase. One is the Room of Requirements, which is a purchase of $130, and then Quidditch lessons available for $40 or more, available September 1st and 7th. The Room of Requirements has Neville Longbottom in there with his little the cactus plant, which I think is kind of funny. The room itself is, I guess, okay. It's more of just a hodgepodge of stuff, which is mostly the Room Requirements. But I would have liked if they did like the training room that they used for Dumbledore's army. And then the Quidditch training is a statue with the cross swords and Harry launching I think just a stud or a 1x1 tile into and between the arms there. There's also a fun little metal sign that we've seen before, and they did for these gifts with the larger sets. So for Hogsmeade Village, you can get this LEGO Insiders on purchase of a small metal ornament. It features the Hogsmeade skyline paired with signs from the Honeydukes, the 3 broomsticks, and the Hog's Head with an archway made in LEGO bricks, air quotes, as it is in a metal. So that's fun to add to the collection if you liked the clock, similar to if you liked the one they sent as the clock in the Weasley's Burrow as a gift with purchase. So check out the Return to Hogwarts in September. The Star Trek model is on the way. There were already leaked images, as I've talked about before, but it looks like we're going to be getting it in January of this year. So a pushback from what we already had for October, and it still is going to be great. I'm surprised that we're not going to get it any sooner than that, and we're expected to get it for a price of $400, which the Black Pearl was $330. So scaling wise, it's going to be a little different. But for all the Star Trek fans that are so excited, like me, for a Lego version of the Enterprise D, a classic from Star Trek Next Generation, is going to be a huge win for all of us that are so excited for this. LEGO has created the Play Pavilion in London with the help of Sir Peter Cook, an iconic architect. And there's so many different things that they've added as events to this, including, of course, having people put bricks along the walls. Covering art, music, and sports, Hypebeast actually enlisted 3 London-based content creators to help with the pavilion. One is the Nike Plus Lego with David Zasweg, and they did some football-inspired activities with one-on-one creations, as well as a little play in the park as well with football drills. Another one is a abstract art by Mo Osman, and they built some really cool 2D and 3-dimensional builds. And the lifestyle content creator helped with the hard workshops and make and take events that were there. And finally, the record shop by Jaguar Bingham, and it talks about movie production and his debut single Wild in Lego form. So different base plates as she shifted through the multicolored bricks, stacking them up to closely resemble the original interpretation of the cover. So these are really fun events, and I love that they've integrated into the park scene and had these creators who kids look up to come and have some of these great events for participation. Lego Disney Princess Villains Unite gets a trailer. It'll be coming out on August 25th. This is another one of their continuation for the Disney Friends style figures, and it'll be coming out on Disney Plus come August 25th. And where with a team of villains to take over the castle. After Ariel, Moana, Tiana, Rapunzel, and Snow White thwarted Gaston's plans to take over all of their kingdoms, he calls upon Ursula, Jafar, and the Evil Queen to help take the princesses down once and for all. So definitely a fun story if you're a fan of the Friends figures and, of course, Disney. You can go check that out here on August 25th. Lego Ideas Hobby Gift with Purchase fan vote is in full swing now. Now, mine didn't get chosen, but there are really some creative ones. Let's run through them. My gaming room, eyes bigger than one stomach, building a cake. The beekeeper's garden, so of course some bee chest. Enjoying the bubble time, someone washing their car. Paint Me, which has a wall of paint, so like going to a paint shop. Plants and vinyls, so somebody who loves records, similar to what I did, but a little different. The Revenge of the Brick Separator as a movie theater room. My favorite, Build, Paint, and Play, which is these all-grade figures, so similar to what like Gundam and other buildable figures. You cut it and you paint and piece it together. 80s movable joystick, rock climbing, yard sale, show tunes, adventure in VR, which has a VR headset that pops out a little scene, Lego collector's room. So of course they had to have that one as, for anyone that's collecting, it's a bunch of Legos. And then Go Fishing, another really fun one, as it's like a little shack and people fishing off the docks for it. So you can go over and cast your vote to see which one will become a gifted purchase. Lego is rumored to have a ton of new things coming for the next series. We already talked about an art one, the Cherry Blossom Landscape. Botanicals, we're getting a tulip bouquet, a potted peace lily, daisies and lavender, blooming cactus in a pot. City has, of course, 1,000 different things. Disney is coming out with similar things, a bunch of those creative designs for mostly Friends style figures. We do have $150 ones, 2 of those. Friends, same thing, tons of those. Gabby's Bricks, interesting. Icons, we have quite a few, nothing over $140. Ideas is $120, not sure what those are. And of course, we'll get 2 Lunar New Year ones coming soon. Jago Speed Champion, Star Wars, Technic, so on and so forth. Just tons as they continue to push forward. So likely having a big January 1st release time frame for a lot of these. Lego Pokemon is on the way. It looks like we're getting 2 sets to start off here, one at $60 and one at $200. So it's going to be catered a lot towards the adult fans. Now, I'm not sure exactly what those are going to be, maybe buildable figures, or we'll get some additional things to the Game Boy, maybe even a Pokemon Game Boy, which would be pretty fun as it's the yellow version of it, but I'm going to have to buy them all. I love Pokemon, so get ready for those come early 2026. Lego and the One Piece Day have taken part to build some really fun creations. With the release of the second season trailer, they've added some really fun large-scale builds at the Tokyo Big Sight, which has some displays, of course, Shanks Minifigure and Den Den Mushi, the giant transponder snail, and some other fun things such as the Lego logo of the pirate ship itself and these cutouts of the minifigures for it. So for everybody who loves One Piece, we're going to be talking about one of the reviews at the end and enjoy some of these large-scale builds from the live-action version, not the animated version, or the anime version, excuse me. But definitely a fun integration as LEGO continues to expand, likely seeing some fun things come for Season 2. LEGO wins the Fan Vote Award as the best booth at San Diego Comic-Con, and I think it is well deserved. Having the meta version of you can put your own little booth in the convention center for San Diego Comic-Con, I think was a big hit, as well as having some really cool posters from some classic sci-fi areas. And it's well deserved. They really put all their effort into this. And let me tell you, for a booth that size and what they brought, millions of dollars. And I think that they won for that. And hopefully they'll continue to do this every year for the foreseeable future. LEGO is partnering up for their party game release as a new trailer has been revealed. The title is getting a lot of positive reviews, and it'll be coming out on September 30th, showing some minifigure customization combos, a 4 challenges zone, and 60 mini games that you can play. It's very much like the Mario Party, but different in a lot of ways because minifigures and LEGO has their different styling of the games to it. So I'm excited to see this. It'll be coming out on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and will be released worldwide. So a lot of us can get to play. If you have friends around the world, maybe you can play with them too. Build a Minifigure is part of the LEGO store culture, and they're going to be doing their Halloween one here on September 1st. And they come with a bunch of little figures that you can build together. One is a mummy with a black cat, so it has the mummy printed legs and chest and face with a little wrap for the top. The ghost lady, all in white, and is holding a little ghost tile to it. The witch girl, so a little girl with a little skirt that has bats on it, and then a vampire and bats on a t-shirt. And she, of course, has red hair and a witch's hat to it. So those are always fun additions to your collection, and you can display them alongside whatever your Halloween creative display is going to be this year. Christmas, we're getting some rumors of a winter express train. Now, we've already had an express train previously, but this is going to be something to add to our collection to go around some of the old sets like the Elf Clubhouse, Santa's Visit, the Holiday Main Street, and they were all for about $100. And it looks like we're getting a price increase to $130. Of course, we're all going to be disappointed in that because they've set this standard for, 5 years at $100. So why are they going to be doing that? Especially at the piece count is a little lower. It's at 950 pieces instead of the latest post office was 1,440 pieces. Does it include an engine to it or like a motor system? Maybe, but if it does, that's fine on price hike. But if it doesn't, I don't see what that they did that. So you can see that most likely going to be coming out on October 1st with the reveal mid-September. Walmart had an insane deal on LEGO this past week. The future Delorean time machine, the large-scale one from LEGO Icons, was on sale from $170 down to $70. I unfortunately was not in time for that. It really depended on your zip code and store location. But wow, whoever did get this, that's an awesome build to have such a creative way to get LEGO Icons for over 50% off. So enjoy the build, guys. The LEGO Group and Time have partnered up to celebrate extraordinary girls. So on their magazine, they've posted LEGO Build That campaign and the first ever Girl of the Year list, recognizing 10 young leaders who have inspired communities around the world. The list is curated by Time's award-winning editorial team, really showcases LEGO Group as their aim to celebrate and empower girls from around the world. And having LEGO get recognized for this really shows that their campaign to empower young women is definitely working and showcasing how girls and, women around the world have definitely continued making an impact, being creative, and playing with LEGO, which has been such a focus on boys and men for quite too long. So that's a really way to have Times finally capture the empowerment of young women. LEGO's Pick-a-Brick has some new bundles, the Castle bundles. There's a total of 6 of them. One is the Wolfpack Outlaw bundle at $18, the Crusade Horse bundle at $54, so that's a little expensive. The Magneta Knights bundle at $23, the Crusader Archers bundle at $20, Viking Village bundle at $24, and the Pirate bundle at $14. So you're going to get these really fun ways to add to your castle army and have some great additions to piece count as well. If you're into pirates or the castle systems, this is really fun to add to this, and especially for those large-scale mocks that a lot of people are doing at conventions and different areas to showcase their love for the castle theme. Story Toys has finally launched their LEGO Bluey mobile game. This is in coordination with the LEGO Group and the BBC Studios, and the game is, it's based on, of course, Bluey. the world-winning, loved TV show with our favorite dogs. And they stated, "We're genuinely thrilled to be working with Bluey for the first time. It's such a special show full of warmth, humor, and imagination that really connects with families and encourages them to play together. That spirit is at the heart of what we do here at Story Toys. We're also really excited to be introducing Lego system bricks into our apps for the first time, giving kids even more ways to build, create, and play." So their integration of getting the chance for kids to build using the bricks that they're going to connect with Legos, so you can build a little Lego sandcastle or the house. I love the integration of continuing the game section, and I love the addition of adding games to existing Lego sets and having kids enjoy both the physical and virtual world. Another new game by Lego is Lego Voyagers, and it's going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch here soon. And it shows some really fun ways that they've used the Reality Engine and different other creative ways to have these two bricks, which is a co-op adventure game where you build friendships and play and build together to tumble, jump, snap together, and build your way through rich brick worlds in some different puzzle activities. So I'm excited to see this come to the Switch, as I have my Switch, and it looks like a fun co-op game. Maybe I'll play it with my wife and really build our friendship together as well. Since, we're married, be friends as well. And that's all the breaking news we have this week, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's podcast. I'll continue to put out one more episode next week, and then I will be taking off the week after as well. That's the day we move, so it'll be a little too busy to do that on the road, but I'm glad that everyone has been supportive, and I'll continue to do these podcasts even in the move. And, well, yeah, it's just crazy, and I'm still excited and so ready to get this move over with so we can go enjoy Orlando. So let's move into our set reviews. Our first one is going to be set 75639, the Going Merry pirate ship. This is the pirate ship for the Straw Hats Pirates from One Piece. And it's a 10 plus set at 1,376 pieces. You'll get 910 insiders points, and it has 31 reviews at just over 4.5 stars. I don't think I've ever seen not 4.5 stars for it, and a cost of $140. So the price piece is pretty good, actually. I think we're just at 10 cents right there. And of course, we're getting our classic figures: Monkey Do Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and Sanji as our minifigures, who are a classic part of the team. And it's got some really fun different features to it. We've got the galley section, our front with the goat head to it, different swords for a Zoro, and it comes with 4 wanted posters. So you don't get them all. There are a total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can get started on that. The wanted posters are really cool. And if you want to collect them all, the only way is going to be through these sets or the secondhand market for them. But the authenticity of the ship is really cool. It even has the pirate straw hat for the main sail. I think that's one of their best. And I know a lot of people have been very interested in this. When I went on day one, they sold out of the restaurant, but this wasn't close behind. And they even had a large stock of it. And if you're a One Piece fan, I think they captured the Going Merry really well, especially with some of the interior designs. They even have the tangerines on the stern of the ship, which I believe that they're on the forward part of the ship, but I can't remember exactly. I'd have to rewatch the show, which I did watch. And it was enjoyable as a live action anime for it. But I think One Piece fans will really enjoy this, so you can get this in a link in the description. All right, now for our rubricable review, it's the GBC, which is the Great Ball Contraption Ball Rolling Machine 27 by Remo Yawan, and it's 1,913 pieces, and it actually is by Planet GBC, so it's a collaboration of all different builders for it, and it'll cost you 19 euros to get it. And I've never done a GBC before because a lot of people don't do the instructions for it. But this is a really creative machine that helps as you continue to move balls around a great ball contraption. Did a full video over at Brick Fair, Virginia this year, and it took me almost 20 minutes to get through it, as it was this huge table with different lifts and turns. And it's really cool as they move basketballs and soccer balls and other Lego balls around this whole Great Ball contraption. And this one has 3 different sections to it. One is a bucket section which collects them, and it has a little slope to it so that the balls roll over to these steps where it steps you up one and the other one goes down. moves you forward, steps up, so it gets you up to another level. Then there's a conveyor belt that will go all the way up, and it drops you on these little rotating plates where it has these 1x1 sections where the balls will land on and stay as it rotates all the way, well, only 180 degrees around, and then it kicks you off into another little section for capture and moving on to the next section. So if you want to create the really cool GBC build, this is a nice section to add to it. $19 is a little expensive, but that's because it takes so much creativity and technical know-how to get these things just right. So if you want to build this, you can go and add it to your GBC and have it in conventions or just running around in your room, which would be really cool to have it like elevated and run all the way around a room ceiling area. So go check that out over on Rebrickable. All right, everyone, that's all I have. Thank you again. Make sure you subscribe. Go check out the backup channel on Instagram, Back2Brick, and all my videos over at Back2Brick YouTube channel. And now I'll leave you as I always do. Get creative, get out there, and go build something.